All right, ladies and gentlemen, fellow decoder around the world, male and female, wherever you're at in this crazy world that we live in. My name is Logan, your tour guide, and this is Decode Your Reality. And today we're going to be breaking down and decoding Control Room. So the Control Room Decoded. And the song that's playing in the background is off of this great band right here called Puddle of Mudd. I'm going to come back to this in a minute, but this is the song that chose me for this presentation. I wanted to give a big shout out to my main man, Flynn, the great decoder over in the Netherlands. It's because of you, Flynn, so I dedicate this one to you. He kind of tipped me off. He had said something about Control Room on our social media page. We were chit-chatting back and forth, and he had mentioned he's all about the beyond the Thunderdome, under the Thunderdome, and simulation. He's all into the same things that we are, ladies and gentlemen. But he had mentioned the Control Room, and I decoded it, and that was it. So I put this together in a few hours, and here we are. So keep your recommendations coming. I can't get to every single one of you out there, but sometimes something sparks in me, and I want to decode it, and this is one of those. And so this is a big shout out to Flynn, the great decoder. And again, I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, what song do I use for the introduction for Control Room? It's all about control. What's the Control Room? So I had gone to YouTube and I typed in Control, and this band came up, and I remember this band and the song I didn't remember vaguely, but then I clicked on it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a great song, and I'm like, oh, this is it. And I'm a big rocker, so I'm like, I'm just going to use this. I had to kind of tailor it to this decode, a little cut and snip it a little bit, but I'm going to show you how it chose me. All about the control, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to start off, very first thing I'm going to start off with Control Room Decoded and the song Control by Puddle of Mudd. The release date of this single off their album, July 17th. Here it is. And it's the 198th/199th day of the year. You always want to look at both the common and the leap year. And of course, 167, how many days remain? 167 is the 39th prime number. That's a big deal. But the 199 through the leap year is a big deal because it's the 46th prime number. And this, we're going to come back to this at the very end. Oh, bet your bottom dollar. Just wait for that to come out there. Here is the actual tarot card from the Cards of Illumination. It's the Jack of Clubs Day, July 17th. And the July 17th card in the tarot is going to convert to the Knight of Wands. This is going to be card 33/34. And I'm showing this because obviously there are people that observe the tarot with 78 cards. I've observed both at 77 and 78, taking the Fool out of the 22nd position. Keeping it at the 0 position, it just means 0. So it is 77/78 cards, making each card a double meaning for numbers. And this right here, it talks all about the spinal cord. Most of you have 33 vertebrae. Some of you have 34, a very selected few. I don't know what that means, but there you go. And this is the tree of life. And this is control. This is all about the control room. What is that? Well, we're going to get into that, but it is tied to the human body. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I thought this was super, super interesting. So let's break this down, shall we? Let's get into the numerology of Control Room. We're going to get into some alchemy, alchemology, the Cards of Illuminate. I'm bringing out the whole kit and caboodle, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a gem. I'm telling you, it's going to put a lot of things into perspective. So what is the Control Room? It's your brain. See, I'm going to say you're not in control of your life. Maybe, except for you. You are the only one that has full control over your life. Everybody else, well, their mind is not their own. It's just you. You're the only one. You know who you are. Those people say, nah, that's not me. Okay, sure. 400 plus videos showing you mankind's being controlled. Anyway, I'm just trying to have fun with this, ladies and gentlemen. Don't hate. Don't hate. Anyway, here's this 51 bringing it into alchemy. I'm going to break down the total digit, then I'm going to break down the composite numbers, and then the single digits through alchemology. So this is alchemology here, right? The total is 51. We're going to go right to the periodic table, how beautiful the periodic table is. We're made up a lot of these elements. A lot of these elements are essential for our bodies. They're found in the Earth's crust, found in minerals. Those of you who collect crystals. Antimony is the 51st element. It comes from the Greek words not alone, antimonos, not alone. That's going to give you a 35 if you go into the Greek, which is going to tie into simulation. But look at the icon chosen for this from the Royal Society of Chemistry. What is this? It's your brain. It's what it is. It's the implant in your brain. Everybody's got one as well. The little voice in your head, that's the implant. Okay? And you can't shut it off. Bringing it into the string of the golden ratio, this was a dead giveaway. If you're a fan of Nikola Tesla's work and the keys to the universe, well, now we've just discovered the key. Here it is. It's mind control. That's the keys to the universe. Your mind's not your own. 51 in the string of the golden ratio occupy, and this is counting the one point. There's several ways to look at this. 395 to 396. Keys to the universe right there. Mind control. Control room. That's your brain. That's what the control room is. So here is one of the alchemical symbols for antimony. And it's just so fascinating because it is the flip of the Venus symbol. Venus is going to be flipped. It's just really fascinating. And antimony has two stable isotopes, 121 and 123. And they're always a double number, so it's good. The actual weight is going to be 120.903, and they're going to go up to 121. And then the 122.904 is going to be 123. So the interesting part about this is the 120, because then you bring theology. Those of you that are fans of theology, here it is. Genesis 6:3. I've broken this down many times. And this is just support. I'm not going to say proof. Support that your mind's not your own, man. It says right here, the Lord said, my spirit. It doesn't say your spirit. My spirit shall not always strive with man. His days shall be numbered 120 years. Bam! There it is. 120. Not alone. The implant in your brain, my spirit, not yours. We're going to get to this abundance. All these numbers are subtle clues, et cetera, et cetera. Let's get into the actual mineral, right? Antimony is the SB because it's called stibnite. I have a piece of this. My buddy who's a 9 of clubs gave me a piece of stibnite. I sit with it by my bedside, sleep with it next to my bedside every night. A little piece of stibnite. This is what it looks like. Not exactly. But here's the formula for stibnite. Now, of course, I'm going to break it down, right? It's important. So it has two antimonies. That's the SB, the 2, and then it has 3 sulfurs. So here it is. This is what it looks like right here. 2 antimonies, 3 sulfurs. This is called the molar mass, right? We're going to get into that. But I wanted to break it down from a singular perspective. So the 2 antimonies are right here. 120 plus 120, right? You get 241.806, and then adding up the 3 sulfurs, you get 95.91. Folks, this was mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Because if you've been paying attention, what is 241 and 95? It's 1/2 of the I am, folks. Americium, 95 protons, one of its isotopes. The average is 243, 241. This was the one that was first synthesized. This is a synthetic element, but doesn't matter. These are just giving you the clues. This is one of the things you can spell off, and you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's so big. This is so big. See, we are the am. This is just absolute support. Your mind is the am, and it's the I that runs you. I am that I am. Where we become the am. Mankind's being used, ladies and gentlemen, just to have fun with this. And then when you actually add up all of the weights here, this is called the molar mass in science, right? 241.806 and 95.91, you get 337.716, and is bringing it into mathematics. How important is that? It's freaking really important because it's the 68th prime number. Where do we go with that? Right here. I did a decode on gematria itself, and I included the great band Slipknot because they had a song off their album called All Hope Is Gone from 2008, and this was the name of the song. Gematria, the killing name, 68. 68. It's the I am. It's using us, folks. It's using you to experience its own reality. And it's a movie. This is a movie for whatever the I am is. Even the lyrics, how ridiculous this. All the lyrics were in the song. Look at the total numerology. 6,066. Okay, I mean, it says it right here. We're in you. The time is now. Continue. We're in you. Meaning the Spirit is in you. That's what all this stuff is saying right here. And no one gets a hall pass. Sorry to tell you. Pretty easy to see, folks, that you're not alone. This means not alone, this element. This is just all the clues that we need to break this down to see exactly what's going on. And so obviously the 337 being the 68th prime number, I automatically knew this is going to go to erbium being tied to the tetragrammaton because that's what the I am is. It goes by many names, all the deities. It's a big Ponzi scheme. Ahura Mazda, Jesus, Lucifer, Yod-Heh-Vah-Heh, Yaldabaoth. It's all the same thing. And there's the 68. And it's the 31st element called gallium. And then you go to the control room, you see? So what's controlling your mind? Well, the 337, the I am. It's not you. It's it. You're having the thoughts. You're definitely having the thoughts, but it's not you controlling the thoughts. Okay? Control 31 and room 20, and that's duality. That's what the room is. It's duality. And you're experiencing duality through your senses. It's exactly what this is saying right here. So I decided to take a look at, of course, what's the 337th day of the year, because obviously this 337 was really big, right? From antimony being tied to Gematria, the killing name, and the molar mass of antimony. So, of course, December 2nd and 3rd is going to mark the 337th day of the year, because remember, we have to look at common and leap year. So December 2nd, 337 in leap years. December 3rd, it is the 337th common day of the year. And then bringing the cards into this is the comedy. See, God's a stand-up comedian, whatever it looks like, because it's card 28 and 29, 2 of diamonds, 3 of diamonds. That's 57, and you go right into exactly what this reality is all about. The control room is The Truman Show. They did a great job at telling you exactly what the control room was all about. 57. Heinz 57. Have you ever used that ketchup? It's a big marker for that. So obviously this is a big deal, right? And so the 57 with the Truman Show and operating system, where do we get the 36? I'm going to go right to the abundance. These are the subtle clues. I try to look at everything I can. So antimony having that 120.903, the abundance of it, 57.36%. Well, I knew Truman Show was 57 and I knew operating was 36. Jesus Christ is 36. What do you think you're having? All of you are having a Jesus Christ experience. That's what it means to be a man or a woman, and you carry your cross, which is your screenplay. That's exactly what this reality means. That's exactly what this means. These are all dead giveaways I have a lot of these things memorized. So this is obviously a big deal with the Truman Show. Here's more support showing you the reality that is we live in a predestined scripted reality. Control room, 31 and 20, looking at the cards of illumination, the 5 of diamonds, card 31, the 7 of clubs, the 20th card. There it is. Control room. What do you see there on the cards, folks? Right back to the 57. You see? See how tightly woven this is? 57% of the 120 antimony. Remember, in theology, my spirit shall only live in man for 120 years. You're living in the Truman. You're Truman. 22. Truman's 22. Organic is 22. Natural is 22. So simple to see this kind of stuff. Then we converted it into the tarot to get a picture, to get an extension. What does the control room look like? Well, it's this. Now, I'm going off of the 77 cards of the tarot. This would be card 68 or 69. This would be 28 or 29. But obviously, this right here, the 5 of Pentacles is the 5 of Diamonds, the 7 of Wands, 7 of Clubs. I mean, this means hard times and the game of life itself. The control And then the room is defending. This is what most people stand in. They defend their position because their mind's not their own. They have to defend their truth to cause resistance. That's what creates energy and causes energy harvesting, is all the emotional reactions we have through love and fear. That's why this is necessary right here. Okay, Lucifer's 28, Architect is 28. So many ways to look at this, ladies and gentlemen. So many different ways to look at this. And when you add these two cards up, you get 96, which is the yin yang, which is your brain. One half is light, one half is dark. This is the yin yang, Jesus, Lucifer, good cop, bad cop. That's what this means, ladies and gentlemen. You don't get a ribbon. There's no winning this game. There's no trophy. You're not going to get a prize at the end. Because you're living in a predestined, screenplayed reality. You have a screenplay. Just go be the star of your movie. That's what you do. Instead of trying to defend it. You don't need to defend it. Just go live out your truth. Your truth is the only truth that matters. Even the numerology of the 31st card and the 20th card from the numerology of Control Room, look at what it equals. It goes right back to that 120 again. These are so crystal clear, so dialed into the code. That's why Chaldean is so special. Best cipher to use, and that's my opinion. But it ties right into alchemy, the cards of illumination, the tarot. How many more layers? The sign of the golden ratio, pi. I'm going to be showing that here just a little bit. So here's the alchemology all the way down to the single digits. 3, 7, 5, 4. We're going to do it. We're going to bring them all in. So we're going to match up each element to each letter and each number. Control Room. We're going to go over to the trusty calculator. We're going to add them up. And what do we get? 106.81. It's going to give you 187 if you add it up. That's going to tie into Osmium, the Wizard of Oz. But this 106 is a big deal. Why? Because it leads into our two base pairs of our DNA, the double helix. 106. I mean, you can't mistake this now, folks. It's right in your face now. It's right there staring you in the face, realizing your mind is not your own. Okay? You're being used. Your DNA is being used. The fish bladder's here. Number 8 is here. The yin yang is here. The boat is here. The fishing boat. It's all here. It's all in the DNA and the double helix. And this is good cop, bad cop. All here, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to run on this 106, right? And you clearly see the double helix being 46. I showed this in my DNA decoded. And this is the bridge, palladium. Where's your palace located at? The asteroid palace in your astrological chart, both sidereal and tropical. That'll give you a good idea of where your brain is. But here it is, 46 protons, double helix. Jesus and Lucifer is 46. How many times do we have to show this over and over? This reality is good cop, bad cop. It's the game of light. Okay? Palladium being 31, control being 31. Jesus and Lucifer being 46, 18 and 28. It's so easy to see this, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same energy, just you're feeding it. 46, 106, 106, 106. Found from the alchemology of the single digits of Control Room. How about that? No getting around this, ladies and gentlemen. Showed it 3 different ways, 51, 20, 31, and all the single digits, etc. So we're getting to the tail end of this here, and this is brand new that I wanted to bring out. This is probably more for the advanced decoders out there. And what I'm doing is bringing in pi and phi together. Now, what I am using is I'm using the 3.144 pi. There are 2 different pi's, the 3.141 and then the 3.144. And this is using the 3.144. I feel like this is probably the more accurate one to use. I'm still messing around with it. You noticed I haven't been using a lot of pi in my decodes because I'm still messing with the 3.144. But I wanted to locate where the number 46 was found in the 3.144 pi and then the golden ratio 1.61. So here's the 46 located in the golden ratio, and then here's the 46 located in the 3.144 string of pi. And we add up all the digits, all of them. You get 353. Why am I showing pi and phi? Because it's 3 and 1, 1 and 3. That's what runs this reality. 1.3 or 3.1. It's the 1 and the 3, ladies. Those are the 2 numbers that run this reality. Okay? Pi and phi. That's how this reality works. Okay, 353 is the total amount for all these digits, and the 353 is a big deal because it's the 71st prime number, which goes right to alchemy again, and now we have a link to Lucifer, the Lightbringer again. Let Lucifer, the Lightbringer, being tied to your life, folks. It's the movie, the motion picture. Lutetium, the numbers, Manly P. Hall, 741, Lucifer, they're right there. So many times, 71 is the 20th prime number. The control room, it's 20, is the 71 is tied to it. And it's not just that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go right back to the song that started this whole decode off, and it chose me looking for that song. And remember, I told you I'd come back to this. July 17th, when this song was released, 198th, 199th day of the year. That is a prime number. The 46th prime number, and we just go right back up to the 46 right here to the double helix, and we just go all the way down to, this is how deep the code is. You got to look for the code right here, and it just ends up finding itself to the 71. But here's the big humdinger, folks. Here's the big humdinger to finalize this decode. This is my last slide. Yeah, exactly. It's the length of the song, 3 minutes and 49 seconds. There are many ways you can do this. You can add up all the minutes and put them together. But then if you just bring them together, there's the clue, there's the bridge. 349 is the 70th prime number. You're looking at the 46 appearing at the 70th decimal, 70 and 71. If you include the 1 point, it's going to be 71 and 72. But there's the 70 right there, tied to the song length, and the 46 tied to Lucifer. Double helix. It's actually Jesus and Lucifer. Okay, one and the same. That's my final answer. 70 and 71, 141. 71 and 72, 143. Doesn't matter which way you break it down, folks. These numbers are going to encroach. They're going to bleed. These people were like great band, right? But they're this guy sang about a girl. That was the control. But the girl means Pandora's box. There's double meanings to these songs. People are being used to sing about a relationship, but what they're really talking about is this reality that we live in. As above, so below. That's what this whole thing means. So there you go. 70 and 71, 46, 71 right here. Found from the 353, found from adding up all the digits of pi and phi, where the 46 is found. This is brand new. I'm releasing this. This is the first time I'm showing this. You can play around with this yourself. I mean, this is undeniable information here. Mankind is being used, folks. And the control room is your brain. Okay? And then you have the fractal above that, which is Earth. Then you have the fractal above that, which is outside of Earth. However that looks, as above, so below. So I'd love to hear what you saw during this presentation, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your comments coming. Just keep them cordial. You don't have to agree with what I'm saying. I'm very passionate about what I do and what I decode. These are my opinions and truths. 430 plus videos showing the same patterns over and over. Mankind's being used, not in control of this reality. You just got to have fun, decode yourself, and figure out what's the best journey for you and the most pleasurable experience. It's going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly. Keep your comments coming. That's all I got for today. My name is Logan for Decode Your Reality. Till next time, we will see you later.